Alright, this has to do it. I'm not gonna fuck around any longer. Welcome to yet another episode of Tourists Doing Dumb Shit. Don't worry, it's safe. But look at this view, man. Amazing. Amazing. Another video. Look at this view, man. I absolutely love being here. It's just so enormous, and knowing that if I want to, I could get there or there. Anyway, it's been a while since I made a video. It's the 15th of February right now, and the last video was somewhere just after the New Year, when I wasn't working, or I wasn't working a lot back then. But a lot has happened since then, and I barely had time to breathe, really, to recover from the work. Right after we built the park, there were some injuries in the team. So that meant people were not available, just out of the schedule, which meant the others had to pick up the work, which means I didn't have time at all. I didn't even have time to do the multimedia stuff, or I tried to do the multimedia stuff, and I could post some stories and make some short videos, but not like the quality that I was expecting from myself. And it's physical labor, you know, it's very hard, it's very exhausting. It's not easy at all to find the energy and the mental space to make videos or anything, really. I just get home, eat, and sleep. This was pretty much because of the schedule. The schedule was, for me personally, very exhausting. And then on the side thinking about, oh yeah, shit, I have to make these videos, I have to edit them, also bringing my own gear up the mountain every time, snowboarding down the mountain again with it. I'm taking a huge personal risk with this. Later in the season, I will have realized actually that the best thing I could have done is just use the GoPro and the phone that was provided. But being me, the bar, I just wanted to make the best of it for everyone. For me, it was a learning experience as well. So I just wanted to be performing the best, but I was just exhausted because of the schedule changes, and I'll explain it later. So it's been hard to find time for myself to make a video like this, to have some energy for doing anything else than just reshaping. Yeah, it's been quite exhausting, I would say, with all these injuries and all these changes in the schedule. Right now, since January 10th, I'd say we're on schedule 8, just as an indication on how things are going. I wanted to talk about like the nature of these videos, because usually I just like wing it and just freestyle a bit and say whatever I want. But I've been thinking about this, and that I might want to experiment a bit with scripting some things, pre-recording, or like in post record stuff, voiceovers and stuff, just to tell the story more. Because now every time I make this video, I feel like I'm just telling random things, and it's really going all over the place. I still feel like I'm doing this. In the videos that I've been making, I really didn't have a plan. For now, the vlogs are just random still. I have no direction. I'm still trying to just document myself while I'm doing things. I'm still, oh shit, there's a lot of flies here. I'm still very chaotic. And for now, I'm just telling what I'm experiencing. That's kind of the point of vlogs though, I think. I'm not sure how much this will change, but I am thinking about making more scripted videos. I just don't know which context yet. Or if I would do it more like I'm just filming stuff and I make the story out of the stuff that I'm filming. Because the stuff that I'm filming right now here in the area is relevant to me, to my story. So I guess I'm planning to do more scripted stuff still. Usually I tend to like remember things and keep them in my head somewhere, and like, oh yeah, if the video is coming, then I'll talk about this and then all. But it might be beneficial for me to write down stuff, what I want to talk about, and make the message clear. Because I've been thinking a lot about these vlogs and like the way I do these things and where I'm going and how I want to continue with this. Because what this season already has taught me is that I really am carving a path for myself. And that was initially the biggest factor in convincing myself to start with this vlogging journey. because I wanted to document what I was going to do and where I was going and the adventures and the beautiful places that I end up in. Beautiful. And yeah, I think everything deserves a story. And I'm kind of writing my own story. I know like a lot of people, of course, online are doing this. I get also inspiration online of people doing this. And with this, I mean like the life of travel and doing random jobs and going places and meeting people, and I want to do this as well. I want to build out the van more. I want to do the Italy trip that I've been thinking about a lot, how I want to spend the summer as well, making money with this, not this, but just videos in general, or some kind of steady income, not just surviving, you know. If I listen to myself talking about this, things are going pretty well. It's kind of getting into the summer now. I'm still here taking a break. It's been awesome. I've got customers that I'm supposed to be filming in a couple of weeks. The Italy trip, I still want to do this. This would be amazing still. And depending on how the filming stuff goes, I can work remotely. And I've been thinking a lot about building the van out as well, because in the end, it doesn't have to be super luxurious and it can be pretty basic. I've noticed the setup I've built now for this trip is actually already pretty good. I don't know, man. It's pretty good here, you know? I'm just walking around because it's fucking cold, man. Holy shit. Again, I'm actually gonna change the mic. I wanna zip this up. Again, I this video as well, like I'm just talking about random stuff and I actually wrote down some stuff. But I don't really want to get my hand out of this glove because it's so fucking cold again. I thought I was prepared with an extra layer. Guess fucking what? All right, so I wrote down that I should write down things. If I can get it onto paper or digital, whatever, then it's out of my head and I can build a story around it and I can improve on what I want to say and make the videos more fluent, because there's a lot of things happening in post now. I'm editing out a lot of ahs and uhs and me's, making making mistakes, and I really want to streamline the process to make it easier for myself. So yeah, writing things down is definitely the way to go, I think. Then I have an experience that I had, just general experience about this life and this beautiful setting and surrounding where I am at. There was a night where I was reshaping. It was beautiful because it was full moon and it was so bright. It was, I think it was 10 or 11 or something. And the moon was so bright that I even didn't need my headlamp, my torch. And these are like these small little moments, you know, that I'm so grateful for. I enjoyed so much, and this is what I do it for, you know, like these are the things that make this experience for me amazing. It was beautiful. The whole piste, the whole slope was lit by was moonlit. The snow was reflecting all of the light and I could see everything. And I was just snowboarding down in the dark, essentially lighted by the moon. And yeah, I can't explain it. Like I think I tried to film it, but it doesn't translate at all. Another one of these experiences is just being in absolute darkness on top of a mountain. The sky around you, the stars, it's crazy the difference between what I can see in my garden or what I can see in the mountains, and I love it. I come from one of the most well lit places in Europe. You can only imagine like the difference between looking up at at the stars and just seeing like the basics and being on top of a mountain, pitch black dark, basically seeing the Milky Way almost. It's insane the difference. What else? So to pass the time in the evening here, we have a lot of game nights because we have a very nice basement where we can all chill and relax after the hard day of work. These game nights really bonded us together as a little family, I would say. Just the whole vibe in the house. It's really like the house itself it has a lot of history. I learned like it's been here since the 50s, and it has seen like the whole snowboard crew of Dachstein, of this whole area, just come through it. You know, like it was like I would say a party house, but that doesn't describe it because it has so much history, and you can feel it. Like you can feel on the vibe of the house, like the old design and the old features of it, that it's seen some things, you know, like it's seen seen a lot of things. Yeah, and so what I also wrote was injuries, and like I already said, some of the team is dealing with some injuries, and it's all part of the job, but it kind of sucks, you know, because you can really fuck up the whole season.
Funnily enough, I think it was a week after I made this video, I crashed so fucking hard, straight onto my head. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet because the eye was very obvious as an injury. I completely disregarded my shoulder that I also fucked up. Actually, from next week in this video, the whole vibe for me will change because I didn't acknowledge this injury. I felt shit the whole time because I was dealing with this injury and I didn't really understand it. Like I didn't really recognize it as an injury. Anyway,
last year I was very lucky that I dislocated my elbow at the end of the season. But now the guy, like one of the guys, the head shaper actually, we built a park, so he had the free day, so he went absolutely immediately fucked up his shoulder, so he couldn't work anymore. That's one man down. Then another guy fell also in Absolute Park, another man down. People got sick, you know. I want to come back to the schedule. So we had, like I said, we had 8 schedules already. The normal schedule is 4 days work, 2 days off. And this is the first time that I have 2 days off in a row. And this is the second day. I'm free now. Tomorrow I have the reshape, so it's in the evening, so I have like 2.5 days of relaxing time. During the most demanding days of the schedule, it was 3 days on, 1 day off. So I had no time at all. I could barely recover on this free day because also on the free day you have to cook for the team and you have to clean. This is the ideal situation.
and you also had to do your shopping if you were like me and you did big shopping every time. You can see it in the video as well. It's the first time in weeks that I actually have some energy to perform and do the whole vlogging thing, you know. Again, for me, it was a very intense time to put myself into the state of making videos and doing that stuff. That's what I mean, like these things happen so fast and it changes the whole season, the dynamic of the whole season. And I was putting the blame like very hard on myself. I feel like I'm explaining stuff that I don't necessarily need to explain. For me, the whole season was difficult really to get into it and to find the routines because everything was changing all the time. And it was so hard to find peace for myself. And it was only like a month and then everything started changing again because more injuries and more stuff was happening. And the whole thing is an energy management exercise. If you want to go snowboarding the whole day, you can. But if you're too tired to shape in the evening and it's a super shit shape, like the snow is shit or everything is destroyed, then yeah, you'll have to fucking manage this. I was just chugging along, you know, I was not really pushing myself in the snowboarding stuff, also getting stuck on the shaping and the multimedia stuff. It was too much for me, really. I couldn't really handle it.
So yeah, you can imagine I'm just fucking tired. I was so tired. I'm really happy that we have enough people now to, you know, make the normal schedule work again. That's also why I went snowboarding today and yesterday as well. I'm glad that's over. That's what I'm saying. The shaping itself is going fine. It's my 3rd year now that I'm doing this. I'm not the fastest, I'm not the best. And that's fine, you know, because this is the first year I feel like that I'm truly shaping and really trying to improve and get faster. And because last year was kind of in between because we had a lot of different projects as well. We had some slaloms and stuff, like a lot of putting out flags, drilling in fences doesn't really require a skill. So yeah, it's been interesting. I have a lot of videos as well that I make, like with the phone or with Insta360, and I don't know if I want to include them in this.
Once again, this time the battery didn't die, but the camera was at its limit of the recording. What I wanted to say was I have a lot of like these small videos, just short videos of the general vibes of the crew and like the stuff that we're doing. And I was using these as stories for the official page, but In the end, it wasn't enough. Should have been making like full videos, or even better, I could just send the stuff to have it edited for me. I only realized this like the last month, like, oh yeah, I should have been doing this, you know, like what I said, the phone, the GoPro, and just sending the footage of whatever. But the GoPro was shit because the battery died immediately. I should have complained about this really, but again, I was covering this with my own gear, and we have a saying, trek je plan, and it basically comes down to just do it, bro. So I was doing it with my stuff. Yeah, not much more to say. It's getting very dark here as well, so I just want to pack up and leave. Thinking back on what I just said, I felt like I was explaining a lot of the stuff that I did wrong or could have done better. I can't really say much about it because it's done, it's over. But I do feel like I could have performed better, and I would have performed better under other circumstances, but I did the best I could at that time. It is what it is, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. See you in the next one.